Don't take children.
Don't take children.
I don't know what kind of fault that is, but it's not Islamic.
ICL 48, whatever it is.
44 You're quite close.
That's wonderful.
Kids, Jesus. They won't We've got right programme, which is fine in Windows, but I've just put on a...
Very nice and warm.
Does the cat and the dog like it?
What, need a car in the middle of the motorway?
Shouldn't think of a worry then.
I can do more.
Across the fire, are you?
Hiya, Billy.
All over here.
Quite easily. What's he going to shout when he got some money?
Merlin, you're stone deaf, aren't you?
Find a rich woman.
Hello, Merlin.
I'm sure you want to do it.
Can't hear me.
What do you reckon to this place then, David?
Brilliant.
Pretty good, isn't it?
Thought you'd like it.
Oh, Phil, go away.
Anything.
Mary's
Play
raspberry
with.
disaster. To play with?
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Like that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Henry found that
bring
here.
it?
Nice tips. No, there's only cans of Coke. You want to take?
Got loads of bottles of lemonade and stuff.
We
Daddy.
haven't got any plastic cups to take with us.
No.
Yeah.
Deep, man.
I know I
It's the
do.
wrong country for you.
I know. I'm actually quite comfortable here. I'm warmer here than I've ever been at home. I'm always cold at home. I'm going to get that on video.
Your house is always boiling
It's
hot.
not. It is. It's not. I'm
You
not
don't live in a house
ever
where we just heating thermostat never goes above 15.
Oh my god!
It goes up to
I try and keep mine down to that.
16, 17.
Ours goes up to about 27.
Wait till you've got
Am I doing any for anybody else?
No, I'm
Not
there.
for me. Jane, do you want another one?
I was pretty much
No more
the
for me,
same
thank you.
with my house.
The point is that there's no purpose in actually running the thermostat up to that because it never gets there anyway.
Oh, exactly. So you have to put it really high to make it good.
I'd rather have a bowl of Cocoa Pop. And cut.
on £250 off Jeremy Beadle, please.
Let's hope a wave comes later. Spatting is a wave.
Mary! No, the other way, the other way. That's it.
Ah, yeah, got you. Oh, it's a pretty good magnification, isn't it?
Probably slightly out of focus there.
Yeah. Oh, that's quite good, isn't it?
It's, thank you. It's not very good.
Daddy, Daddy, look at the water. Your bishop's stuck, isn't he?
German name, a society founded in 1827. Mathusalem 8, Salmanazar 12, there's a Balthazar with 16 bottles, and the biggest is a Nabucodonosor, 20 bottles, 15 liters. A very special occasions. And we are going down to the second cellar.
The birth of champagne. At all hours of the day, the soil is flooded with delicate, subtle light. All over the world, champagne is associated with celebration.
television advertising because I must be one of the few people in the country who doesn't take a blind bit of notice of the commercials. But I know a man who does. You see, that's how it works. You think you're not affected by commercials, but it's all going in here. Jingles.
What love doesn't conquer, it precisely will.
That tells you what they are.
Now, if only the Sally Army advertised the war cry like that. Rupert Murdoch could buy it. That's the thing about continental adverts.
Arras was one of the major textile towns in France. And the majority of cemeteries around this area, around Vimy, Arras, for the Canadian. The memorial was built by the Canadians in 1922-23. All the trenches were dug. Signs of the danger. There's still quite a lot of unexploded shells around this area. Have you got, if you're over this way in your car, you get some time, you go to the information what they do give you a guided tour all around the trenches, which is very interesting. And it's all free as well, which is great.
I don't want that old car. Step in front of me, Henry. And it hasn't worked.
Okay, that's right.
Don't open these, Henry. Not even that, it's open. You can leave it tucking about. It's rusting. Close it when you go in. I'll have another snap shot when we go out.
What's that? Oh, cool. Yes, we took it out.
Stations are.
was a video. Oh, sorry.
This is the station. Sorry, Phil.
Are you alright, my lovely? Got on that side.
I'm going to go down here.
Are you alright, my lovely? What? Right. Hasn't got his microphone on. Through the village before, actually.
Yeah.
On a Sunday. Which way, Phil? Yeah, I remember this.
that'd be nice to see you. Right.
Right, all the gentlemen
Yes, I've met you very briefly a while ago, yes. Hi there. Hi. Yeah, I will be. All right, love. Hi. How you doing? Still a miss. Are you waiting down here for Kirsty?
Stand up now. Sit. There we are. That's great. Okay. That's fine, yep. That's good. Nice and happy. Cheer up, Dad. Nice big smile. That's
Got
good.
rid of me at last.
Yeah, there is about a ride. About 5 minutes to the left. We're getting changed. We've got a key. It's going to lock up.
No, it's so cute. It's outside. You just go inside.
As okay, close by. Yeah. Nice and happy. On 3. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Smash it.
Thanks, Al. He's
Shuffle back a bit, please. Right, okay, looking at the camera then, please. Nice big smiles on 3. 1, 2, and 3. It's not the normal conquest, right? We've got all these French galley slaves behind me. Where
have we got to go up here?
Yeah, to the highest point.
Down there and take it, pan across.
Have a real wide angle shot there. Sweetie, come here. Yeah.
He's going up there. He's going up
Somebody's got better.
Come on, I want to get this on Beadle. I want to get this on Beadle. Come on, do something silly.
Give him a leg up, chauffeur. Can't go into some.
Just talk amongst yourselves, please. Cameraman's got taken short.
This is devotion to duty.
I thought that was Susan.
Yeah, you can't pass the cheese. Oh.
Why don't you go down and pan across who was it? I know you want to be on this team.
Up a tree.
I'm going to try and get on the wall, but I can't get up there. Here we go then.
Hey.
You're not trying hard enough.
Cheese! There we go.
Rubbish. Let's do one more.
Cheese!
Thank you.
This is all edible, so you're
£12 together, £3 on 12 back, so we had to spend those next month.
With Kirsty, I thought I'd cracked it. She'd left home to work, and then Kirsty and Mike met, and they set up home. I thought, that's it. Kirsty and Mike were having a lovely time. I was sitting at home counting the money, thinking, where am I going to go on holiday next? Then out of the blue, one dark night, they turn up at the door. We'd like to get married, please. By the way, we'd like a white wedding, please. I don't know whether you know, by the way, Kirsty and Mike met when Kirsty was at college. Mike was on security guard. That's a bit like asking the Matthew guy with the guard about yours. You may not know, many of you, that Mike was in the forces. He saw action in the Falklands. This may account for how he can cope with Kirsty's way of doing things. What should I say not doing things? I have to admit to my amazement, however, Kirsty's learned how to use a vacuum cleaner and a duster. She's very democratic though, she lets Mike do the iron. Also a source of amazement to Sheila and I was that Kirsty completed her college course for nursery nursing. She hates written work. If it hadn't been for Michelle and her support, she'd have never finished it. Thank you, Michelle. If you've ever seen her working with children, however, you know she loves her vocation. What I can't wait for, however, is if and when, and if ever, Kirsty might have children, how she manages her own children. I'm waiting for that. She works, as you all probably know, at a nursery in Leamington Spa, Rainbow Nursery, and the children put together a card for her recently. I'd like to read it to you. From Rainbow End Nursery, this wish is sent to you for your special day when you'll be saying, I do. In your long flowing dress, you'll walk down the aisle, remember us all, and give a big smile. And may the years ahead bring you lots of joy and laughter, and may you both live happily ever after. The only time this week that Kirsty's actually active. Returning to Mike's military service, you will have noticed there was a penguin floating around. I blame the Falklands for that also. That's why we're all dressed like this, by the way. But it's also left him with an interesting firearm, guns. As a result of this, I invited him and Kirsty to the Battle of Cropley Bridge Civil War enactment a few weeks ago, presented by the Sealed Knot Society. Mike found this of great interest. Now, during the course of the day, I introduced him to the chap who organised the event, who was in charge of one of the regiments. The upshot was that Mike joined the Sealed Knot. After a few minor skirmishes at Warwick Castle, he set off one day to Whitney for a major event. Now you may have seen it on the television. During the course of the battle, they managed to set fire to 2 fields of corn and burn up 30 guards. Subsequently, the Sealed Knot offered a guard of honour for the day. That was gratefully declined. My main reason for standing here today, however, is to propose a toast to Kirsty and Mike. To wish them health, long life, and happiness. Well, apropos long life, I recently took Sheila to Oxford for day surgery. During the course of the day, there will be a gentleman walk in. Hello, Mr. Brown, said the nurse, seconding him in, speaking slightly louder because he was dead. Call me Sam, he says. The nurse then checks his record. You've given your daughter, he said, as your next of kin. Is that correct, Sam? Yes. How old is she, Sam? 65. A mere strip of a girl, says the nurse. Is she your oldest? No, says Sam. The nurse turns to go. Our John's the oldest, says Sam. The nurse turns back. How old is he, Sam? 75. By this time, everybody in the recovery ward is listening. How old are you, Sam? 90. 97. Now, that's not what I call long life. That's immortality. Well, I can't promise you that, Kirsty and Mike. But I wish you health and happiness. Would you please all be outstanding, please?
Kirsty, my wife and I. Rather weird.
Yeah, but you've got hair.
First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming along today and sharing what's turning into a very, very special day. It's one of the most wonderful days of my life. I can say that without any hesitation at all. It's, I feel very proud and very honoured that she has been married to somebody so beautiful. And also been married into what I can see a very special family. It's very rare, actually, I think, in my experience, to meet a family that is one so large and also careful. Everybody got some toothpaste. But also so close. I haven't really been involved in a close family since I was a little boy. I think my family that is here today, we haven't really seen too much each other for many years, and I can remember as a small child going to family gatherings where the family were very close, aunties and uncles and cousins and grandparents, and all that many years ago was just a Sunday. And I greatly miss that. I really do. And there were many, many years that have gone by that we'll never ever get back. And I really miss that. And what's made me miss that more than ever is that coming up to Kirsty's family, that they welcomed me so deeply into their family from the moment I walked through the door. And that's not just locally, but also down the south coast of Bournemouth. That I felt really part of that family. And that's something that I hold so precious. It really means a hell of a lot to me. I mean that to every single one of you. I was talking to Martin at a very special occasion a few weeks ago of the 60th anniversary of Kirsty's grandparents. I'd like to congratulate you on that. Everybody put that hand together. Great! But I was speaking to somebody there that is also marrying into the family in a couple of weeks' time. And the discussion went something along the lines that we were so lucky to be involved in a family that we cannot, even if we wanted to, say a bad word about anyone. There is not a bad one amongst them. Apart from it really is very, very special, and I feel greatly honoured that I've been welcomed into this family, and that is extremely touching. I'm also very happy to have some family here today that I haven't really sort of had much communication with for many years, and I hope to write that. I really do. And things are part of your life that you miss, and you don't realise you've missed it until it's suddenly pointed out to you, no matter how distant you are, you're still family. I also very greatly value the support of some friends that I've worked with that have helped me through some pretty difficult times of late, and have really stuck by me and supported me. And I know who they are. One in particular, I feel exceedingly indebted to that individual, actually is. And thank you very much for getting me here to where I am today with a wonderful job, a new way of life and a fresh start, and a beautiful bride. He says, which we know. That's my word. Now I'd like to further move on to 5 pounds of potatoes, loaf of bread. The only piece of paper I've had. It's really quite weird that you don't realise what you've got until it's gone. Kirsty and I were very good friends for a couple of years, and some people in the crowd now that met me really when I was sort of all starting over and moving into a different area, starting afresh again, and they really helped me to get back to being an individual. And there's some people who describe me as an individual. But it wasn't really until Kirsty, a very special friend, moved away to London to work in London that all of a sudden you realise that this person's not around anymore. And I really felt very deeply for this person, and took the courage to write and tell her how I felt. And I guess the rest speaks for itself. But you really have to, sooner or later, say what's inside and let people know. And sometimes it has great results, and today I couldn't wish for any better results than this at all. But not only have I gained a wonderful wife and a wonderful family, the most chilling thought is that I've now gained a mother-in-law.
You'll never regret that.
Known to a friend as she. And to those that are very eager for a paper, I'll pay for that later. But she makes a great toast. I'm going to really stop that. But anyway, just moving on to, I'd like to thank the bridesmaids for a wonderful job today. I think we've been quite lucky having very attractive girls. They're also very fresh. And also a little one. They disappeared somewhere. Shout hello for me. And what I'd like to do is Matt just to give you our 13 goodies. And also, I would like to thank both. Come on, some more words. Also, we've got a birthday to celebrate. Somebody that's sort of a new addition to my side of the family, Alan. Happy birthday. And also Janet Palmer. I always find these occasions quite sort of emotional, really, and fairly sort of being a romantic old boy. I get sort of quite choked up when I see other people starting off as being very, very happy together. But today, I think the most special moment to me, really, overall today, and I think so many, is when I was aware of Kirsty walking down the aisle behind me and turned down for a very, very brief glimpse. And the sight that sort of came into view took my breath away. And I turned to Matt and said, "My God, she's beautiful." And I nearly cried, and at that point I thought, bugger off, I wasn't thinking. I choked back tears. But these were occasions I'd like to say thank you very much to Sheila for organising today. She's done a tremendous amount of work. Thank you very much to Jeffrey for putting the bill.
Not working.
You gotta stick with it.
So thanks for my mum and dad for being here today. And I hope really it's going to be a very special day for them too. For the whole family for them too. Oh, no way. I want to have a food. Right, if we could have Rebecca, the front face. And also I'd like to present this to somebody who's been my second for today. A traditional place in the British wedding ceremony. A stalwart companion, and he's very much really good spirit, it's fairly sensitive. It's not as long as that. There was a comment, but thank you very much. The other two bridesmaids are actually wearing their present. Or Sue's actually wearing the present there. But once again, thank you so much for everybody travelling today for this very, very special day for you today. It's, I can't really sort of describe what I'm feeling. But thank you on behalf of myself and my wife. I'll never forget it.